back, everybody. Welcome us to our fourth podcast of the Big Idea Hard Sell.
We haven't been canceled yet.
I know, we haven't been taken off the air yet, so we're pretty happy.
It's good. It's good.
The final day of November.
It is, so goodbye to these dusters for
lovely mustache.
Anybody admiring us out there, which is probably not very many people, I'm guessing, based on these. So,
based on these dirty stashes.
Yeah, I kind of got rid of mine early.
You just can't
I didn't see you very well, so.
Listen, I'd outgrow you in a week and a half, man. I've been shaving since grade 8. Don't even put me through the challenge.
He didn't tell anybody he was 18 in grade 8, though. Like back in the 20s.
Yeah. So, what did you guys do this week? Or last week, as I should say, since it's only Tuesday.
Yeah. It is. Eric and I went to the CMA Awards on Friday, so we were nominated in the student category for the creative, and we're actually lucky enough to win the gold medal, so we're pretty happy about that. Thank you. And our classmates actually won the silver award. So sorry not to just say we won our award, but we had Zelona Caruso and Caverly Tour were in our group as well. Don't want to leave them out of our group. So we were pretty happy about that. We had a great time. It was at the Weston Harbour in Toronto.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool just to see the best work of the last year, I guess.
Yeah, it was pretty elegant and elaborate.
Yeah.
Like it was just
how's the food
over the
and
top.
everything?
Very good food. We're not usually the black tie crowd, so it was.
It was nice to dress up.
It was, yeah, better than our bummy jeans and beat up Chuck Taylor.
Any spills?
Nope. No spills at all. I can't say that with a straight face.
I don't know. I heard there's a rumor of someone, like a teacher, or somebody spilling wine.
I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, so I will just nod to that comment. Yes.
It was
yes, it happened.
Very good time.
Yeah, so it was,
Nice.
Yeah, it was. We saw all the awards. Pretty much DVB and BBDO. It's kind of a mouthful, but yeah, they
cleaned up.
They cleaned up. They won pretty much everything you could think of.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to see all the different agencies. Leo Burnett won a few, and then a lot of different agencies that we actually hadn't heard of before.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing we took away from that, was just learning about all the different agencies we haven't really discovered yet. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool just showing us that there's more out there than we thought there was, I guess you would say. More instead of like the BBDOs and McLarens and all of that stuff. But yeah, it was cool. Yeah, there was it was kind of a lot to take in. Like, we were pretty excited, I guess, to be there and just kind of experience it. And
yeah, when they announced the student awards, it was just like nervousness, and it said Algonquin College and then Mohawk College for silver, and then Mohawk College for gold, and then we still didn't know if we won, and then they announced our names.
Nice.
And I just jumped up and went up to the stage.
Sorry, side note too, also Mohawk placed bronze in the business category too, so that was pretty cool that Mohawk actually took 3 out of the 6 awards for students. So
that's good. And one each level too, gold, silver, and bronze.
Yeah, so it was a good day, I guess, for the school. What about you guys? What have you been up to the last week?
Working hard on my book, pretty much. Revising it, putting it together, contacting some people here and there, and just sending out my book pretty much. Just keeping busy like that, trying to find an internship pretty much. I know, Mara, you went to Taxi.
Taxi 2, yeah.
Oh, Taxi 2 was perfect.
Yesterday, actually. I met with art director and copywriter pair, Cheryl and Albert. Amazing. Pretty much, I took in my book. A few items were me and Ryan and you did a couple of pieces. They liked that a lot. They had a good review on my book. They said, like, obviously there's details in art direction, that kind of stuff, which we all do, right? Like, we all have to go through.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to get like a great review. Yeah, it's gonna be impossible no matter what.
What they like though is like our thought process, and like we actually have an idea. So it's like they say some students go up to them and like it's sort of like, what is this?
Like, no idea.
Exactly, like there's no idea. And what they liked was that there's actually an idea behind it that's like workable. So a few details we got to switch with 2 of our campaigns, but other than that, they said it was good and they liked it overall. Like there's talent to be there and like talent to progress, I guess.
Talent for hire, you might say.
Definitely, we'll work for free.
If you want to pay us, sure. But
definitely,
we'll throw that out there.
No, but I mean, even Albert, who's a copywriter, said that like he's won a few awards too, and he still had to work for free. Like he's done a lot of free work.
It's kind of expected, though, right?
It is. I mean, the thing is like yeah, like you said, you got to climb the ranks. Like you kind of want to be that guy that everyone talks about at the party. It's like, hey, it's so and so. He won this.
In a good way, though.
In a good way, for sure. But I mean,
like, oh, look at how drunk that guy is.
Exactly. But I mean, that's the one thing about advertising, I think, where it's like you definitely have to have an ego in the sense like it can be good or bad, but it's your ego that's what's going to really drive you in a way, right?
Right.
I think for at least me, that's what it is. But probably the best things, I don't know if you guys take this away, is like after you guys do your interviews and that kind of stuff, the feeling you get after, like you sort of leave wanting to do better, right?
Yeah,
once you get a
sure.
taste of it, like going in, like you definitely want to leave and like you're like, you want to do better on everything you do, right?
That's a big thing, I think, too. Like, as good as any of the feedback is, you want to go back and show them that you're getting even better.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So if they think something is good, you want to go back and show them that it's great.
Definitely.
If they think it's great, you want them to say, here's a job. That's how great it was. That's my goal, realistically. Like, just go back and show anybody, really, that I'm going to bust my ass and make myself better, make my book better. I'm not going to stop working until I get that.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm still not going to stop. I'm going to keep going.
For sure. I was going to say, even at like another way, it's like prove that it's your idea. Like if it is your idea, baby it, nurture it, and make it grow into something bigger, right?
I like that.
Yeah. Like, as much as you want to go and see so many different people, once you go through a few of the interviews, you want to like take all their advice and like rework your book and bring it right back to them. And like it's just huge motivation to fix everything.
Like for me, it took a while to get my book together, but I mean, while you're showing off some of our works, I was just taking advice from that. For me, like the big thing too was I didn't want to rush to get a book together. Like I'd rather have taken my time and show up with something I'm happy with, because it is like your first impression, right? So like it's either they open the book, first page, it's like, am I wasting my time with like taking on like this interview? You know what I mean? So it's like like you got a responsibility for yourself as well.
I think that's the big thing too we realize is that the more people we see, you're going to work harder, right? Just to impress everybody.
Got to get your name out there, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
That is definitely. That is, that's the one thing, putting your foot in the door, right? It's the hardest thing, but it's...
Well, even putting your foot in the door, you make yourself memorable.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like, not keep your foot in the door, but like, be welcomed back, I guess, whenever you want to come, right?
Yeah. Has anyone thought of any leave-behinds that they're going to be doing?
Still working on that. I just want to kind of... I have a few ideas in my head. Just... kind of get myself out there, meet more people, see what I have to work on, kind of perfect my book, I guess, before I start worrying about the leave behind. Because if your book's not ready, the leave behind will get attention, but...
The leave behind should be your presence. It really should be. It should be...
It is true.
It's right? Like your impression should be your leave behind. If it takes you to drop off a card to leave an impression, like that kind of says something about you. You got to sell it yourself.
Right.
Like if you can just send an email back and they'll remember you, that you've
left
you've already
exactly.
Yeah. I think even just trying to stay in touch with people, like at the CMA Awards, I went to go see John Taves. You will come on our show soon, I hope so, John. I went to see him at Mighty last week, and I ran into him at the CMA Awards, and he just gave me some great advice about not being like an ad person, about kind of marketing yourself as a creative person, right? It's not just advertising. People get sick of that. It's being creative and just like pretty much doing whatever you can to have a creative outlet. That's good. So
you got to be the guy that everyone doesn't mind working with, I think.
Yeah, you can't be a dick. We find that out already, even in our class. Like, if you're a dick, so to speak, nobody wants to work with you. And it's like, that's going to show in your rapport with classmates. It's going to show in your book.
Yeah.
You have to have some.
But you can be a good dick on some way.
Well, you better have the best book around if you're going to be a dick like that.
But that's being cocky, I guess. I mean, it depends, right? Like you can be playful, I guess.
I think there's a fine line. It's a fine line, though, of confidence, cockiness, and arrogance.
Yeah,
we all need confidence. I think you need some cockiness, just to kind of show, I know my book is good enough to work here or here.
That's right.
But once it's arrogance, nobody wants to talk to you.
That's right.
Nobody wants to hire you.
Yeah.
So.
But if the creativity's there, then people want to work with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. If someone's a dick, I still wouldn't want to work with them, depending on how creative it is.
Was that a jab at me, Mario? I think we're going to have to take this off screen now. Take care of business.
Advertising gang fight. Nice. I like that.
What do you guys have coming up for the week? Still working on the book, or?
Working on the book, brainstorming on some stuff. Me and Mario working on some things together. Hopefully something great comes out of it. and we can include in our book, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this weekend, since I have no work, I'm gonna work on my website, start a website. I think that's one of my things I've been like slacking on for so long.
Yeah, that's my
I
next
get like
thing.
Eric here to help me out and make one for me. Supposedly he's pretty good at it. So.
Website plug, eric-cicero.com. So
there you go. Yeah,
check it out. Pretty cool website.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, so that's my next thing on the line, I guess, is putting up the website.
Yeah, website's so crucial. I think
it's good to have.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's mandatory more than good to have, right?
Yeah,
like
at this point,
I wouldn't say mandatory, but yeah,
it's a lot easier for somebody to kind of check out our website, which I've been finding out, than kind of squeezing in, which like people are so busy that we're trying to contact. We're the last thing that they're worried about, and obviously that's understandable. They got to take care of their own stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Well, they're trying to accommodate us, which everybody understands, right?
As an idea too, I think like you should leave a USB stick behind in the chance that they don't get internet access. I know it's hard, but I mean, think about it. If you have a USB stick preloaded with all your portfolio, like your contact info, and you set it up in like almost like one PDF portfolio, I think would be pretty cool, right? And that way people can access it whenever they want, carry it around.
You're giving away your trade secrets there.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Hey, it's inspiration of the day. It's the inspiration of the day.
some
There you go.
trade secrets stay off camera for me. So kind of. Do you guys have anything that's been standing out for you lately? Like something you found really awesome, like an ad? It could be anything, like a website.
Me and Mario were talking about today about the Orange Gina ads. How many of you guys have seen those?
Yes.
Just the really
bizarre. They're
outlandish,
cool.
weird, but cool weird,
Side note, you guys couldn't see, but Kelly, who's off camera here, was just shaking his head at those Orangina ads. I think that's kind of the sentiment of a lot of people, it seems like.
Kelly, you might know him from Twitter, K Finney.
There you go.
Definitely. So you might have seen some of his tweets, or you followed him. Good guy.
Perfect. But yeah, those ads have been just kind of sticking in the back of my mind, just how like
The Hot Jaguar.
Yeah, or just like you could take like an orange flavored beverage and just do weird stuff with them. It just makes you show that you can take any brand.
Tang had
There you go,
crazy stuff going on. That's orange juice too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Starburst, all those companies, right? They all tend to do weird things too, right? So
Skittles, yeah. Skittles is my favorite one, honestly. Is when the guy is talking about he's in the office. It's like, hey, talk about how you turn everything into Skittles, right? It's like he's talking about how he can't touch his kid or can't dress himself and that kind of stuff.
My thing I'm going totally away from ad with, I watched Bruce Springsteen, who I love. He's got classic album, Darkness on the Edge of Town.
Okay.
Great album. There's actually a documentary about the making of the album.
Oh, okay.
And so I actually watched that on the Movie Network the other day. Just great about just obviously him being such a great writer and me trying to become a great writer, just the struggles he goes through with writing songs. It's a lot different than what we're doing, but just that fact of he busts his ass to try to put out a record that he felt comfortable putting out and that he would be proud of. And I kind of took that. That's what I'm trying to do with my portfolio. So I just thought it kind of...
Are you dancing in the dark with it too after?
I was actually. I was born to run, man. Born to run.
Let's see how far we can take this.
Yeah, I think it's too far already.
Yeah,
so.
two's good.
Yeah.
For me, the CMAs is my big inspiration, obviously for you too, Ryan. But just to see how some of the things that DDB did and BBDO, how it really at the CMAs they seem to focus more on the results of the campaign,
right?
Of
Instead
how
of
it actually affected the brand and everything like that. And when you can see that how your campaign can result in such
sales,
such good things for the companies.
Yeah.
It's good motivation too.
Oh, for sure.
The crazy thing is too, when you're talking to people who actually get paid for their ideas, they look at your book in a completely different perspective.
Oh yeah.
And the funny thing is our teachers and stuff look at it one way, but the other creatives too and agencies look at it one way as well. And it's they both know what the problem is, but they both have different ways of solving it. And that kind of shows doesn't matter where you go, everyone has a different outlook and everyone has a different style. So I think definitely with your book and finding an agency, you got to find one that fits your style. I guess.
Oh, for sure.
People like what you do. Right?
All right, so I think that wraps it about up for this week.
Down.
So number 4 down. Milestone number 5 next week, boys. So look forward.